I would employ people that understood direct sales, people that understood the opportunities and the additional revenue streams that these dealers and home service companies and individuals would want to diversify their portfolios with, whether it's to make them more attractive to potential investors, to pay for their daughter's dance lessons. You know what I mean?
Great experiences build great leaders. Great leaders build great teams. This is Building Great Sales Teams.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to Building Great Sales Teams. I apologize for the video today. My camera went down and I tried to use my phone. The feedback wasn't working. Anyways, I'm going to get this episode done. I am determined to get it done. And you'll notice I'm sitting today. I'm sitting in the office instead of my normal standing position. I just been finding I'm more productive when I have the option to sit. So, anyways, look, guys, I know things have been a little bit intermittent lately, and I apologize for that. I want to make sure I get you guys at least one episode per week. And so I'm getting this one done, and it should come out Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning. But we do have a massive pipeline of guests set up. I just got back from the Success Champions Networking Badass Business Summit, and it was a great event. What I love about these events is there's a lot more grinders in the room. It's more the people that are just starting their businesses, that are solopreneurs, that haven't hit that $1 million mark yet, and that are there to build relationships. They're not there to sell customers or anything like that. They're there to build relationships because relationships are where the referrals come from, right? And so I just got back from that, and it was a packed 3 days. And anytime I go to one of these events, it's very tough. It's very tough because I have to reschedule clients. I have to reschedule coaching calls and consulting calls. But we got it done, and we're catching up this week. And so, speaking of which, I'm headed up to Addison, Texas tomorrow. I'm excited for the opportunity that's laid out in front of me. I can't talk about it with you guys yet, but I'm excited to see if we align. And if we align, then I'll have some big announcements for you guys coming up. But what I do know is the podcast will continue on. I want to be one of those 1,000 episode podcasts, 1% of the 1%, right? And so, what I'm going to cover in this solo episode today, which is somewhat related, if I were to launch a national B2C home service product, how would I do it? Okay, some of you guys have that ingenious mind that enables you to be an inventor, right? Maybe you invented something that is a home service product, or you are starting a home service company and you want to take it national. And how would I do that, right? If I had a product that could be sold across the US, I had the distribution network, I had the installation network, I had the distribution to be able to service a home service product nationwide. And so obviously I would need some contractor network in order to accomplish that. But more importantly, I'd need boots on the ground, or at minimum, boots in the offices of the people that are selling to my client, right? And so if I had to distribute this product nationally and door to door was an option, door to door was an option, I would first go to what we in my industry call distributors. So distributors, you think of the companies that handle logistics for, most of your products, like grocery store products, like household products and stuff like that, right? These are companies that take a product like that and distribute it across the U.S. depending on where it needs to get shipped to. The same thing works with products that are sold door to door. When I was selling for AT&T, DirecTV, Vivint, T-Mobile, Energy, there are typically there's typically a third party that creates the contract between AT&T and or a Fortune 100 company and a distributor. That distributor, where they were born was the equipment side, right? The installation side. They have the installation network that services these products that you're selling door to door or in homes, right? And when it came to us, we had to sign a contract with the distributor first and AT&T second. So distributor in terms of getting paid commission and everything, and AT&T in terms of representing their product. So we had two clients in a sense, one that was concerned about ourselves and then the other that was concerned about how we represented their product, like in AT&T's case, right? And so where the reason this works so well is because it creates a couple layers of liability protection between the sales rep that's knocking out the door and then AT&T themselves, which is a, Fortune 5 company, right? And so our Fortune 10 company. And so that's how it works for them. But the distributor themselves has maybe a couple hundred sales organizations that are notable under their belt. So the distributor doesn't just sell one product or offer one product to its sales teams that it has under its belt or its dealers, as we call them, right? And so I would definitely approach the dealer model. I would go straight to the distributors if it was a viable product to be able to sell door to door. This would give me access to hundreds of dealers across the US that are highly skilled in selling products door to door. So that's the first route I would go. That in itself is a job on its own. When you look at how many organizations or dealers would take advantage of this product, would they sell it as an accessory to their regular sales that they're making in their other products, or would they sell it as a standalone where they had teams representing this home service product? And so that's the first route I would take, and then I would deploy a team that would support those dealers in terms of product knowledge, sales training, processing sales, and in terms of customer service. And so we would need a department that would just handle the dealers all by themselves. The next route that I would take is I would go direct to the actual dealers, right? So if a distributor wasn't able to take it on, then I would go to my dealer network. I know of hundreds of dealers that do this because of my time in these Fortune 100 products that had dealer programs, right? And so when you look at a dealer program, it has to make sense for an office to be able to operate just on that product, be able to profit enough to pay sales management, to pay trainers, to pay incentives and bonuses, and then the salesperson to make a living, just like we would any sales program, you know? And so I would set up a dealer program in order to do this. Dealers would be able to sign directly with my company. And then I would have to manage those dealers in the same sense as I manage them through the distribution partner. But the distribution partner would be able to get to 100 dealers at one time versus me signing up one dealer at a time, right? And so obviously the distribution partner is the route to go. If that wasn't an option or they were taking too long or they weren't able to sign up the dealers directly, then I would do that myself, right? Depending on the nature of the home service product, there's a third option that I would take, which is going to the home service companies directly and having them sell my product as an accessory to their sale. For instance, if I had a Holloway company, right, and I had a subcontract network across the US and I wanted to get more Holloway services to residential, I would partner with roofing companies. But I wouldn't just partner with, mom and pop roofing company that's doing, 5 million or less. I would partner with PE firms and M&A firms that were working with companies that were doing 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, 50 million and looking to get acquired and looking for an additional revenue stream to diversify their products that they offer. Plenty of these roofing companies are offering solar. Why would they not offer pressure washing, U-Haul services, AC services, whatever the case is. If they had a referral partner agreement in place, then they could do that as well. So again, I'm going national. I've got a home service product. I have a subcontract network that can install or service or distribute this product in person to existing clients. Then I want to enable them to do that. I want to set up a referral partner program where it gives them enough product knowledge to make the sale and enough processing power to order the sale. And the subcontractor can come and install or service the sale. Right. That's the next way I would go about it. And the last way, which would be a requirement in any of these cases, is I would have an internal team that actually sold to micro targeted neighborhoods. I'd look at across the US, what are the neighborhoods that have, not the neighborhoods, the zip codes that have the deepest penetration. I would concentrate my marketing efforts there, and I would look at those demographics and see where else I could duplicate those marketing efforts that match those demographics. And then I would send out my door to door teams to those areas to clean up what marketing couldn't get and to increase marketing's conversion rate. Because one of the things when we were working with AT&T used to love to tell us, that would just infuriate us so much, is anytime we went into an area and we knocked doors in that area, all of a sudden their online orders would go through the roof in that area. So basically, we warmed up the clients for them. Then the client gets an email or a postcard or a Facebook ad for their services. They're like, "Oh yeah, that guy was telling me about that, and they got this promotion. It looks like they got it here too. So I'm going to go ahead and sign up." Now with the person that knocks on your door, and so that happens all the time. So it's got to happen in reverse as well. And so that would be the fourth tier approach to that. Now, obviously, this is separate. This is direct sales, right? This is separate from the marketing department and selling through Facebook or selling through Google My Business or any of the million other marketing mediums that I can sell through. This is a direct sales approach to launching a home service product nationwide. That's how I would do it. And then I would employ people that understood direct sales, people that understood the opportunities and the additional revenue streams that these dealers and home service companies and individuals would want to diversify their portfolios with, whether it's to make them more attractive to potential investors, to pay for their daughter's dance lessons, you know what I mean? All the way up to, again, looking attractive for PE firms and stuff like that. So if I were to launch a home service product nationally, I would go distributors, I would go dealers, I would go home service companies, and then I would go to internal sales teams. Now, the thing is about having your own internal team, even if you're doing a national product, let's just say I only had my own internal team in San Antonio. Even if I decided to do that, um, and it was only one team, that one team is still incredibly important to the dealer support that I offer. Okay. It's a lot different if I know what's going on inside these doors teams because I have my own, or I know what's going on inside these retail teams because I have my own that I'm managing directly. And I don't mean like me personally managing them directly. I mean like I have a pulse at any given time. I can go out to the field with them. At any given time, I can look at their metrics and their numbers and their training and see where the holes and the gaps are in that program. At any given time, I could do that. And so that would help me manage my dealer support department very well because I would have a nice pulse on what's going on out in the field. And when they come back to me saying, "Hey, this is an issue, that's an issue," whatever the case is, I can validate it, or I can say, "Well, our internal team is doing well with that," and show them how we're making those bridging those gaps. And so I did want to point that out. We don't want to outsource, we don't want to just outsource. You always want to have a pulse on what's going on in your product, in your industry, in your niche, whatever the case is. Because if you get, and I experienced this in consulting, I miss out on some things because I don't have a team on the ground anymore and I'm consulting full time. So it's very interesting to get that feedback in real time in your own house and be able to deploy it to the rest of your teams or sub dealers or whatever the case may be. So again, that's how I would do it if I was launching a home service. nationwide, guys. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all support. I see the downloads coming in. I know you guys are enjoying the episodes, and we've got a slew of guest episodes coming up for you guys. So looking forward to delivering those for y'all. As always, let's get building.